beautiful and handsome people, and welcome back to Uniquely Sorrel. I'm Gracelyn Sorrel, and I am so glad to be back to talk to you guys today. So this one is for all my people that are going back to school or are already in school, like middle school, high school, and I just want to do a quick back to school tag. Alright guys, so I have my phone here and I'm just going to answer some questions. Alright, so first question is, have you ever fallen asleep in class? Never have I ever in my life fallen asleep in class because, like, it's just too important for me. I was one of those people that worked hard in school and like had to get my good grades. Like, there was no other choice. My mom wasn't even the one pushing me. I was pushing myself. Like, I need good grades. So no, never fell asleep in class because that means I would miss the material and then I would have to like copy somebody's notes down and then study them, and I don't have time for that, you know? No. I do not suggest you fall asleep either because you'll miss things and that's not okay. You're in school for a reason. Share your most embarrassing moment in school. Okay. So usually I don't have like too many embarrassing moments, but there's one that I can remember. I was in middle school and like we were doing an art project in social studies and you guys, okay, this is kind of TMI, but so I got my right, and this was like one of the first times I got it, and it came, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was sitting next to my friend, and I get up, and I was like, what just happened? Because I was new to this, like you know. And I was like, what is this? And then this guy that I was sitting across from, this like standing up, and he was looking at the seat, and he was like, what is that in the seat? And I was like, oh, that's a red marker, because we were doing like our arts and crafts with markers and crayons and colored pencils. And then he was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, yeah, gotta go. So I like tell my teacher, and thank God it was the lady. It was very embarrassing, but my friend, like, she kept it going with the marker thing. She was like, oh yeah, it's marker, just don't sit down because you'll get your pants messed up. My friend came in clutch for me. Have you joined any clubs or sports teams? So I was in middle school. I was in track for about no, I was in track in middle school, I think for the whole year. And since my brother was like a track star, he did hurdles and like he was known and everything. But since he did track, the coach wanted me to do track, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll try it out. But he did hurdles, and I have long legs, but I'm not a hurdler, not at all. So I tried them out, and the first day I scraped my knee at practice, and 100-meter dash because, you know, I was pretty fast, so yeah. And any clubs? I was the vice president of the African American Cultural Club my senior year, and that was great. Next question, what has been your favorite grade? My favorite grade, I have two, 8th grade and senior year. But I really loved every grade because there was something new that came with each one, and it just was just so great. I loved school. I struggled my whole high school life. I mean, all of it. Nobody really saw that though. Nobody really was like, Gracelyn, what's wrong, every single day, because I was still loving Jesus and like I was that inspiration girl. But ever have to wear a uniform? No, I did not. Who was your favorite teacher? Oh my gosh, I have way too many. Miss Hatsel, Mr. Smith, Miss Beaupre. Oh my gosh. There was Mr. Castell, Miss Palmisano. Oh my gosh, I have so many. I was so blessed to get some of the best teachers out here because they actually cared about your education and they wanted you to succeed. So it's like, I love them. And I love funny teachers, like the teachers that kind of don't care about anything, but you're still learning and you're still doing stuff. You know what I mean? My least favorite teacher. My least favorite, well, actually, I don't dislike anybody, but there was this one teacher. I'm not going to say a name, but they, I'm not even going to say what they did, but it was just like not right. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. What was the worst thing you ever did at school? I never did bad things. Well, we had this phone policy where you couldn't text at lunch in the hallways. You could not be on your phone at all during the school day. And I was on my phone like everybody else. But, I mean, it wasn't like at times when the teacher was teaching or, it was at those times where we had a break. But I do not suggest, if you have a phone policy at your school, just stay off your phone. If it can wait, just let it wait, I only texted my mom. It wasn't like I was texting like boys or anything like that. I only texted my mom. Did you have a car? If so, what were you driving? I did not have a car. No, I did not. Are you still friends with anybody that you went to school with? I am. I'm friends with like everybody still. Too many to name, but I'm friends with just about everyone. Is there anything you would change about your experience with school? I don't think I would change anything, because if I didn't go through what I went through in high school, I would not be the young lady that I am today. So I wouldn't change absolutely one thing, just because, I was supposed to go through those things. You have to go through hard times and struggles to prosper. So no, I wouldn't change anything about my experience with school, unless that would be like studying more and paying even more attention in class, things of that nature. Subject. My favorite subject was Spanish, because first of all, I had the best teacher ever. And second, like, learning a different language is not the easiest thing, but I just felt that class made me feel like school was worth going to, because I'm learning something that's going to help me in my life, and just to say that you're bilingual, it's a great feeling, because you can actually communicate something that not a lot of other people know, that's outside of, people who speak the language. So that was pretty cool. I loved Spanish. Which clique or group were you in? I was the type of person that did not have a clique. I didn't have a clique, but I was the type that hung out with everybody around. I was like with this group one day, with this group one day. I was cool with like everybody, and I had haters. Listen, I had haters. Don't get me wrong. However, I forgave them, and I still hung out with their crew if, we were on good terms. But yeah, I loved everybody, and it was just cool to be, to get a feel for different friend groups and help some people out here and there. Have you ever been a teacher's pet? Honestly, I feel like one time I was a teacher's pet, and not even like Graceland this, Graceland that, like you're my favorite, but it was more like a mutual feeling, because nobody else really liked the class, and I really loved the class. And so it just turned out that since I did enjoy the class so much, she let me like come in whenever I wanted to come in. So, I wouldn't call it a teacher's pet, though. That makes it sound like, you're spoiled and you're always clinging to this one teacher, and it wasn't like that. What was your favorite school meal, if any? Honey, none of them. Like, some days I would skip lunch because I did not like their food. I'm sorry, but it wasn't good to me at all. So I bought my lunch in most of the time. So, have you ever been in detention, and why? I have never in my life had a detention. What did you like the most about your school? I enjoyed just the freedom, and a lot of people in high school don't think there's any type of freedom in their schools, because they're like, oh, this school is better than mine, this school is bigger, this school has this. You can always compare your school to something else. There's always going to be something greater than what you have that you want. But just finding a joy in where you are and where you stand is so great, because I mean, I'm in a great area. Zero complaints. Amazing. So just enjoy where you are, because not everybody can go to school. Not everybody is fortunate enough to have the opportunities that you have. So just enjoy where you are. Give your best advice on surviving high school. My best advice on surviving high school is don't just survive, but live it. Like, enjoy your time. It's like, don't waste your life every single day because you don't want to wake up and go to school. I had to teach myself to wake up and say, this is going to be a great day, regardless of what happens, regardless of who says what about me or to me. I have to get up and make this day worth living, because I'm not going to waste my time on earth. Like, school days are still days of life that you're living, and work days are still days of life that you're living. So get up, enjoy that day, and do something for somebody else, because that'll always make you feel better. You know what I mean? It's not about us, you know? So I feel like I went to school and I went through all of those things that I went through because I had to go through it for somebody else. So that is the end of my back to school tag. I know that this was long overdue, but I got to it, and I'm glad that I could share this with you guys, and I had fun doing it. So I love you guys so much, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and give it a comment. What do you like about school? What do you dislike about school? Maybe we could chat about it. And also, do not forget, guys, to focus, inspire, speak, and be unique, because you all are. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.